Hi everyone! Especially since Hillary Clinton made her speech about the alt-right, people have been asking me whether I am alt-right, whether I'm a part of that movement. And I have to say no. No, I'm not alt-right. And it's not that I have anything specific against alt-right, something I wouldn't have against other ideologies. It's simply that I oppose ideologies. I don't want to have an ideology. And there's a good reason for it, and I'll explain it to you. It's because ideology, it both corrupts you and it's corruptible. Because if you have an ideology, then if you don't get to make up your own ideology, you have to make some compromises. It's difficult to find an ideology that's 100% in sync with your own views. So you have to compromise always. And then people tend to get this tribal mentality, like if someone in their own ideology, some other member of that group, does something bad, they end up defending that person. And they end up attacking people from other groups, even though there's no reason for it. And they make excuses for flaws in their ideology or flaws in the behavior of their group. And that's how they get corrupted morally. And the ideology always tends to corrupt people intellectually too. Like when people adopt these ideologies, they stop seeing the flaws in that ideology, and they tend to only notice the information that goes together with that ideology. They reject everything else. And I don't want to expose myself to that. I want to stay as neutral as possible. And I know that all people have biases. Of course, I have my biases, but I can try to keep them down when I'm doing research. I can try to keep them down when I'm writing a blog post or making a video about an important issue. And I don't want to pile more bias on top of that personal bias I can't escape. So that's the first reason that ideology corrupts you. And the second reason ideology being corruptible is pretty obvious. You can see it with alt-right right now. Alt-right is doomed. And it's because they only have two ways to go that are realistic. And the first way is that these Milo Yiannopoulos types, these people who want to water down the ideology, make it more mainstream, if they get their way, alt-right stops existing. They become just one edgy right-wing ideology among others. And if these trolls get their way, the other extreme, then alt-right is doomed to be in the marginal. They will never get enough supporters to get any changes made. So they are stuck between these two difficult choices. And of course there's this third way, that these sensible, rational people like Richard Spencer and Jared Taylor get their way, and that alt-right remains ideologically pure and driven, and also out of the troll zone, out of the outrageous, hateful stuff that turns people away from the ideology. But I don't see that as a realistic way, because people always tend to tilt towards the extremes. That's how it works. And that's why you see alt-right in getting the publicity it's getting right now. It's not the Jared Taylors and Richard Spencers that get all the attention. It's the Milo Yiannopoulos and it's the trolls. It's always the extremes that get the attention, so they draw most people. And regardless of which extreme wins this battle of who gets to decide what alt-right is doomed anyway. And that's the second reason I really don't want to have an ideology. Ideologies are corruptible. If you have this ideology, media can take it, your opponents can take it, they can rebrand it, they can redefine it, and other people can hijack it water it down or take it to some extreme you don't want it to go. And there it goes. Your ideology has gone to waste. But if you have ideas instead of ideologies, then you can actually keep those pure, because it's so much more difficult to corrupt an idea or to be corrupted by an idea. Like if you have an idea that, okay, we should close the borders. How do you corrupt that? How do you get corrupted by that? Or that ethnic Finns should be the majority of Finland. It's pretty difficult to get corrupted by simple ideas like that, and it's difficult to hijack them and turn them into something else because they are so simple, they are so elegant. So that's what I have. I have ideas, and I promote ideas. I peddle ideas to my readers because ideas are pure. You can hold on to them without being corrupted, and you can hold them without being afraid that they will be corrupted. So that's what I feel about the alt-right and ideologies altogether. So I don't have anything especially against the alt-right. It's just that I really don't like ideologies, and I really don't see much future for the alt-right if they keep going the way they are going right now. Thank you for listening, and good night.